Instagram. Good morning. Good morning.
We are live. We are live. Yeah. Go live. Go live. Hold on. Did you go live on Instagram?
Yes, I am. Good morning, everybody.
What's up?
Yes.
Good morning, everybody on the StreamYard area, world, right? What do we got? LinkedIn. You got LinkedIn, Instagram,
Oh my God,
Facebook,
that's amazing.
StreamYard, YouTube. Am I leaving any out?
No, because I think we can go up to 10 accounts. That's it for now, but that's a lot. We like taking over the world. Good morning, everybody. Nobody, but good morning.
Well, this is
No one
everybody.
yet.
Come on.
How you doing? How was your week?
Pretty interesting. I'm dealing with a commercial space that we're trying to either lease to with the option of buy or just sell the property completely.
Outright.
So we're advertising it in different formats. But things have been cooking. Priscilla is working her Howard Beach deal. Try to say that fast 5 times. Howard Beach deal. I just got wind that the buyer signed contracts, left a deposit. So seller is going to be meeting with the attorneys, if not over the weekend, probably by Monday. So we'll be in fully executed contracts. So that's going to be nice. And we're working some buyers, man. Let me tell you, I've been trying something pretty interesting this week, and we got some good feedback from it. Maybe we'll touch on it a little bit.
Okay, no problem. So I'm excited. We're having a guest today. And he's someone that I didn't know, but the few minutes that I spoke to him, he seems to be an outstanding young man. And it's Nick Howley, not Fowley. Howley.
Nick Howley.
English.
So I was drinking. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
From Green River Capital. The little Ninja Turtle logo thing, it's cute.
Ninja Turtle.
Yes, we've discussed that with Nick. I think they have a turtle as a logo. It looks like a Ninja Turtle. Let's bring him on and discuss that very important topic. No,
yeah, so
shout out
to Nick.
We're going to discuss a lot of the similarities we have in each respective business, either as a loan officer or as a real estate agent. And hopefully the good we bring to the public and our consumers. All right. Are we ready to bring Nick in?
I think so, man. So,
yeah. Okay.
I know Nick both in the business, outside of the business. We've spent family time together. We've hung out. We've done business together. He actually invited me to his podcast last week. So we filmed some podcast videos. I'm super excited to see what the content comes out. We had a good time doing it. So we definitely wanted to bring him on. So let's bring on Nicholas. He goes by Nicholas. Nicholas.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hi, Nicholas.
Nicholas. It doesn't matter. Either one. I'm okay with both. Guys, thank you so much for having me.
All right, good. So it's a pleasure. I had it was nice getting to know you. Never heard. I think we're working in different market. You're more in Nassau County, right? Yeah. And I'm in Queens and stuff like that. But I like the dinner. You have very dynamic, and I'm no surprise. Ed enjoys your company as a friend. And here you go. Yeah, put on. Let's see that mug of yours. All right, good.
Thank you. That means a lot. So I'm more based out of Long Island. It doesn't mean I don't land in Queens on deals. I definitely have done plenty of deals in Queens.
Yeah, we've done deals in Queens.
Yeah, and I wish I would have known the introduction. I would have thrown a Ninja Turtle outfit on for this.
Oh no, this is totally unscripted. I know you have the little turtle thing, right?
Yeah, I would have thrown a Ninja Turtle outfit on and been like, I'll fight for your deals. Right.
Who is your favorite Ninja Turtle? Let's go.
Leonardo.
That's the only one he remembers.
Yeah, exactly. I threw that out there. But, I used to gauge my favorite Ninja Turtle by the weapon they held. Like, no one wanted the guy with the stick. You wanted the guy with, the two swords.
That was my guy, bro. That was Donatello. Come on, man. That was Donatello.
Come on.
Yo.
Why would you get the stick when you could have, the two swords?
Because it wasn't just any stick.
All right.
Okay.
It was
isn't that a man thing? And the
mahogany wood. It was mahogany wood.
and he would put oil on it every night.
Just just keep it nice and lathered so that it's ready for
There
the,
you
the
go.
next.
I don't know if you guys hear yourself. Anyway,
Gigi, come on.
but anyway, no, I was not poking fun. It's just a nice little I don't know. I mean, it's a little. I mean, it's Green River Capital and a little turtle. I haven't made the connection because I'm old and I don't get it right necessarily. But yeah, it's cute. I mean, it works, right? I don't know where the turtle came from. Like between the was it the fable of the tortoise and the hare? Is that's
Yeah, you know what? I'm not. That came from our marketing team, and there's completely mixed feelings about it in the company.
okay.
And don't get me wrong, some people love it, some people like it, some people hate it.
I
But
don't mind it. I just don't. I'm trying to figure out why, but it's okay. It's just me. It's okay.
yeah, I mean, Geico has the gecko, and
Yes, but it's so close. Gecko, Geico. It's fun. Yeah, it's cute.
there's just got to be a way to remember it.
Yeah,
To remember the company, because people remember the name of the loan officer, just not always the company.
right. But this one you would, so because you have the little Ninja Turtle.
Yeah. Well, when you see a pre-approval with a Ninja Turtle come over on it, you know it's a good deal.
With Leonardo on it. No,
Anyway,
we wanted to get Nick on because we wanted to get Nick to talk about interest rates and talk. No, definitely not talking about that. So we don't want to jump on the fact of interest rates, man. What we want to talk about more is how we want to generate business, right? Like, what are we doing? Because again, we're in the same market, right? And by that I mean we're doing business. Either we're going to cross each other's path, or we're just working in the area with other people. But what can we do, or what are our practices that we're using to generate more leads from past clients?
I
Right?
want to know also, like, even new leads, because I know Nick. I did a little bit of trolling. So Nick has a team. You're pretty young. This is really exciting, and I want to know what because I know a lot of the things we do as real estate agents are pretty similar than what you guys do, and you're not just on the computer waiting for leads to come from rates.com or landingtree.com and all those things, correct? Like, I don't know, those, like all those internet platform. So I'd be interested to see as well, what do you do for new leads, and how do you work your past client and database?
Yeah. So I mean, I don't personally buy any leads or anything like that. There are agents that I work with that are like, hey, listen, I got this Zillow lead, maybe you can work it, something along those lines. But my main source of business is realtor partners and past clients. And those two go hand in hand, because I learned early in this business that loyalty is everything. Okay, so Ed and I he gets me over this client. Hey, listen, I met this client. They're looking to buy a house. Okay, wonderful. I want to introduce you. I always start by saying, let's do that initial conversation together. Let's not text, hey, this is Nick's information.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a new referral partner. Ed knows how I work now, so he could tell you how my first conversation is always going to go. But new referral partners, I believe they need to experience my introduction as well, and the way I talk to the clients. This is, if not the biggest purchase of their life, one of the biggest purchases of their life.
Yeah.
And we're here in New York. They're buying in New York, one of the most expensive places to buy a house. They should be proud of themselves. They should be happy.
Can I stop, Nick?
Yeah.
Something is bothering me. You should put your face towards that window so it's not dark. What do you think? Here you go. Put your face, or that. Is it going to make it?
That works. Yeah, a little bit better. No, you know it is. There's that glare on the windowsill.
Or you can move your.
Man, we have Nick shifting his entire office just so we can have a conversation.
I love it that we have this fantastic production. This is really high tech. And you got a little bit better.
I see. It's because that glare. There's that glare down there. Yeah.
All right.
Little glare.
There you go. Now we can see what you look like.
Right.
All right. Now, okay. That's the door.
How about
okay.
Yes.
Now my office looks empty.
I think now,
Look
I
at
think now you should. I think now if you open the windows, the shades of the windows, you're gonna get more
Now
light on it. No, no, no! Don't even move. Don't even move.
I'm gonna go get the podcast lights.
Oh, those are good.
Um,
anyway. Okay.
all right, so let
Sorry
me get
about that.
myself comfortable again.
Yeah.
No,
So,
no.
it's very, very important. Like, Ed needs to know how I work. Gigi, you refer me over a client, you need to know how I work. This is a very important thing not to be taken lightly. You're referring someone for the biggest purchase of their life.
Yeah.
And you're putting your trust in me as the realtor. The client's putting their trust in me as the loan officer, and we want to make sure it's a smooth, easy transition. Why? Why is that? Because it's a business building tactic. We want to make sure that it's an easy process so that not only myself gets referred, but you get referred as well. So when it comes to times like this in building business, it's really important. The most underutilized thing in this industry is asking. How many times do you end a call with a client and say, hey, by the way, listen, that's great news about the appraisal. I'm so glad it came in on value. I'm so glad it came in over value. By the way, while I have you, do you know anyone looking to buy or sell right now? No, listen, you get the clients that are like, actually, my uncle was just talking about selling his property. Perfect. Maybe you can introduce me.
So you don't hesitate. You don't hesitate to ask that question, right?
You
You're meeting with
shouldn't.
the client for the first time. You're with them. You're sitting with them. That's your opportunity. That's your moment, and you take it.
And
Know your value.
I believe that too. I believe like as you're starting to work with the clients, you need to establish that basically first of all the relationship and establish the understanding that you are in the business of referral business and that's
Yeah.
how you grow. And it's not just working with strangers, it's going to be working with friends for life. So yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's underutilized. I hear loan officers all day on the phone with the client and just ended goodbye.
Right.
Like, you utilize it. You're doing a phenomenal job at what you're doing. You're helping this client. You're making sure that everything is going smoothly. You're putting, and listen, this doesn't go for, not every loan officer puts their heart and soul into the business, and not every realtor puts their heart and soul into the business. Gigi, we were talking about that earlier. Um, but if you're doing right by the client and you know your value and you're confident, you know that if they refer you people, that you're going to do just as good as a job with those people that they refer you that you're doing with them.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've been pounding on everyone's head, working their database, their past client, and their sphere of influence, and it's coming back to being the same conversation. And I don't think we're even saying it enough because you're still having people looking outside, like spreading themselves so thin, going into for sale by owner, expired into different county, 2 hour drive away. And it's like when you already have a database, you breathing, you will have a phone, you have a life, you have relatives, you have friends, you have past co-workers, you went to school with other people, your database is there. This is it. I mean, there's nothing, even me, I came in as a freaking foreign person. I had no database. It was built over time. It became neighbors, it became whomever I encountered and I thought was interested and would want to see again as people. And that's that. There is no excuse. We live next to people. We're in the people business. We should be able to get referral business over and over, and people should be able to refer you because they like you as a person and they like what you stand for.
Yeah, exactly. And you're your own personal brand, no matter what.
Yeah.
So the way you portray yourself on social media, the way you portray yourself in person, you know, you think about it, Ed, you're at the gym constantly. I'm sure you have spoken to people at the gym about real estate. And
Yeah, actually, Bill, I'm right now. It's funny you mentioned that. I'm setting the relationship with an individual, very nice person, man. We've gone back and forth. We've spoken, older gentleman, and he just retired. if it was up to him, he would move somewhere where it's nice and hot and live by the beach. But his wife keeps him here. So he's kind of like, but again, they have a nice home out in Queens, North Queens. Like we've already chatted about it. So yeah, it's a place to establish kind of a connection. And because I'm there, it's easier for me to have that conversation because I'm comfortable talking about working out and I'm comfortable about talking about real estate.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's your passion.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
to me, it's interesting to see you guys, the younger generation, because you're pretty much, Nick, you're like more than 20 years younger than I am. So I, same as Ed.
I
So
got more gray hair though.
no, that's Miss Clairol. That's the bottle, darling.
Oh,
It's all fake.
mine. I'm trying to get my salt and pepper in.
Oh, come on.
Can you
But
see it?
Don't ask for it.
it's
No,
like
it's coming. They're there. Trust me, brother. They're there. It's just that they don't show. I
yeah.
guess I don't know.
I am not necessarily getting business from social media, but it's sort of it ties in my marketing efforts. Like
Yes.
people are going to wanna, if they don't know me well or they know me through somebody, they're gonna want to check me out. They're gonna want to see what's
Hmm.
going on. They're going to use this platform of Real Estate Unwrapped to get a lot of information, and this is why we sort of created it, not only for the agents but also for the public. Where we
Right.
discuss things that could be of value to them when considering buying, selling, or sometimes they have questions. They're in the process.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's phenomenal. It's for them. It's like them having a little real estate dictionary to go back to.
Hmm.
Sometimes, I mean, we don't want to make it too heavy or too like too fake and glitzy. And as I was
Well,
telling you, we're not looking to be $1 million listing and selling sunset, but just
well,
like
I
it's,
wanna sell Sunset.
no, it's about the
I
production.
want to sell
Sell some
condominiums with sunset views.
you
So wait, someone from outside the real estate market, you don't just get your license and do a ton of business like selling sunset.
right.
No.
No,
No, it takes work.
I know.
What?
Hey, you're lucky we're live, because if not, I would have said, "Get the boop out."
I know. So, how else do you get your new business? When you're talking about, is it mostly agent referral, agent partners? Because this is where I have, and I'm. Can we be we're going to be
Yeah.
candid,
Yes.
and having tons of loan officers that the only value proposition, this is for the outside world, the only value they bring to the table is
Bring
that
it.
they're going
The
to bring
heat.
you lunch
Or flyers
or
for your
Yeah.
open
flyers,
house.
lunch from the pizzeria next door. I'm like, okay, I can, like whatever, nothing to rave about.
Well,
The flyer with the rates and the program. Wow.
Yeah.
well,
Wow. Not
well.
impressed.
The thing is, and I think where that actually does come into play or works is with new agents, right? They're new, they don't know. Yeah, you know what? Of course, you can do my flyers. That's great. But once you start, I guess, going through the motions, getting more experience doing business, then we start to realize that doing flyers is so simple. Anybody can do it. It's just that now we're probably looking for tools. We're looking to kind of utilize different marketing tools, things of that nature. For example, just my
Yeah.
opinion.
So there's a lot of stuff. There is. I don't. I don't talk about rates. I don't talk about programs. I constantly have new programs come out, and I don't post it on social media. What we do is we feel out the client to figure out what program best fits them. But I
Mhm.
never, ever leave a meeting with realtors about rates and programs because yes, I have great rates. There are other companies that have great rates. Yes, I have great communications. There's other LOs that have great communication. So I'm not the only one out there. But what I do tell you is my goal is not to grow my business. Okay, my goal is to grow your business, which therefore grows my business. And I'm very consider myself boots on the ground. Ed, you're having an open house and you're like, listen, I know it's going to be busy. I need extra feet there. I need extra people guiding. I'm going to be there. Okay. So I'll do the open house with you. But more importantly, what comes to it is my what I've learned over time is I call it the real time referral program on how I'm going to get client, even an initial conversation with you, even an initial conversation with your new client, how I'm going to try and extract new clients out of that conversation. I'm going to constantly try and extract new clients from the clients that we're currently working with because people don't know, and people, you can't just assume the consumer knows to refer you. I've had
Correct.
people call me and be like, hey, listen, I have someone who's going to be looking for a mortgage. Is it okay that I refer you? And my question is like, is it okay? Of course, like that's how my business is built. So you can't assume every client knows to refer you.
Right.
So my value proposition to real estate agents is I'm not going to say I'm this one of a kind loan officer because, you know, my personality is a certain type. You know, I am going to work my butt off to get that deal done. Ed, you and I did a deal that was a roller coaster of emotions.
Oh yeah,
We
that was
were
the
on,
house
I
deal.
remember being on the phone in Disney with you, trying to get stuff done.
I was
And
like, Nick, you better make this happen, bro.
and I do. I'm like, I'm not letting this deal go south.
So I mean, yeah, just like all of us in the business, we, you know, like I think you have to find your, well, I call that, I mean, you probably heard me, Ed, your dirty dozen. You have to find like a team of referral partners. What I'm calling referral partners is vendor partners you can work with and really trust and really be able to convey that trust to the consumer. That's the most difficult part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and in my few years in business, which is 28 years going on 29, wow. It's like this is a very difficult task, and this is where a lot of the times you're seeing vendors dropping the balls or not being consistent
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and then they come in, or you know, there are promises either over promised, under delivered, or if you know, like sometimes they would expect they would probably expect too much out of you, and then egos get in the way. I mean, I can go on and talking about how hard it is to, so you know, to find a good vendor partner that you can keep on referring to your database. So if you guys gel like that, if you have this nice osmosis, you know, and can work together and can complement each other, please go for it and nurture this relationship because it's really really tough.
I mean, that's important. I have realtor partners that I don't work with anymore just because our flow didn't connect,
Right.
you know? And it's not that like, all right, we didn't do business or anything, but if we have different values on that transaction, it's not going to work,
Right.
you know? And you can determine it while doing that deal together. Like
Right.
if the loan officer and the realtor has different values, and I'm sure as realtors, you guys run into that all the time.
Right.
And
Yeah, there's a couple lenders that I don't use.
And
yeah,
again, like what we were saying with Nick earlier, it's not about the bank. Because a lot of banks, the bigger banks, the big banks that are depository banks as well, like I don't want to name names. That's why I'm using the also depository banks have much more rigid structures as far as lending guidelines and so on and so forth. When you're working with a mortgage broker like Nicholas, is going to be able to have an array of many banks that he can reach out and investors that could possibly help with the lending for whatever, you know, whatever criteria and scenario you may have.
Yeah.
So it's not about the bank, it's about the person that is helping you get that financing with the bank. And you're absolutely right, it's about the loan officer. It's same thing. It's you can get a deal, like not all real estate agents are created like equal in my book.
I agree.
Some people are just door openers, and unfortunately this is why where we're standing right now with this NAR settlement, because people think with all we do is just open doors,
Yeah.
and it's a lot more complicated than this, you know.
Yep. 100%.
if
Yeah.
consumers only knew what went on behind the scenes for
Oh,
realtors.
they know. We tell them every week. Real estate unwrapped. We tell them we're not hiding it. It's not easy. They
Yeah.
know. Yeah.
I think we discuss more of these, in my opinion, we discuss more of these type of topics where it's like no one really wants to kind of talk about it, but we're like, whatever, let's talk about it. You know what I
Yeah.
Yeah.
mean? Because at the end of the day, it's you can't take the good without the bad. Everybody just wants to see the good part, right? And in my opinion, that's the problem with social media sometimes because you're looking at nothing but good, 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 good. You know, I remember when I used social media to put out a post when one of my board applications was rejected. And I was on vacation in I think we were in Florida, same thing. We ended up going to I think we ended up going to some ride and I posted where we're going like we're free falling in the mist and the camera takes a picture and I'm straight faced. I'm like, I'm in utter disappointment. And then everybody else is screaming, hands are thrown in the sky. And then I put the caption. I'm like, when you find out your buyer was denied by the co-op board.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm just there like,
I know.
so
I know. So you spend months, you spend countless hours, especially with those co-ops, which are they're more like people
they're more
buy. I mean,
intricate. You have to be a little more hands-on for them.
it's not actually, if you think about it, it's not even the real estate transactions. You're ending up with real estate, but it's more of a corporate transaction because the application
Correct.
is all about your finances and stuff. It's not necessary. It has nothing to do with the apartment. It has to do
Correct.
with the financial credential of the buyer that's
Yeah.
buying into that corporation. So it's like, and it's there's no transparency in those purchases. For those that are not in New York, there is no. We don't know the why somebody might be denied. We do all our due diligence work.
To
You know,
properly
credit
qualify
is
them.
great, debt to income ratio is great, and all of a sudden, oh, somebody on the board of director doesn't like what they're seeing in their application, and
Yep, yep.
it's being turned down.
Yeah.
It's happened.
Yeah. They.
And
I
it
tell people they
happens
could
more
not like your
often,
shoes.
and you don't know why, and you have no recourse to even asking why.
Yeah.
So it is frustrating for us, and basically even like to and what do you say? How do you come back from that to the buyer? It's like, okay, let's try again. It's like, and it's tough. It's very tough. So you need to have a
Yeah,
strong relationship with your client.
it
And
happens.
and
Some Go ahead, Nick.
and what
Sorry.
people watching need to. I'm sorry. What people watching need to understand is both you and you have to deal with that tough conversation.
Yeah,
You know, something that you're no longer getting paid for because that transaction didn't go through. You know,
Yep.
you're not just opening doors. You're helping them with the co-op, with everything, and then you have to have heartbreaking conversations at
Oh
some
yeah.
points in the
yeah,
process, which, in my eyes, realtors aren't paid enough for.
yeah.
Real estate agents.
Right. But thank God you still have good moments. You still have. I was talking to somebody who was working as an assistant to a real estate agent who's doesn't have the same values I have, let's say. And this lady was saying at some point, "Oh, I would never want to buy a house when I see what the buyers are going through." And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Most of the time, this is a great experience. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
That's what I'm spending my years doing trainings for agents to make sure that the buyer has the best experience.
yeah,
The buyer has the fuzzies, the buyers is being alleviated a lot of those unnecessary headaches and stuff like that, and where they know what the process is, and there is nothing hidden, no hidden agenda, and everything is clearly disclosed, and the communication is clear and concise. And it made me realize, like, maybe, like Ed and I are have share the same values, but unfortunately, like, this industry is about to see a shift, and a lot of people leaving because they don't have those business acumen. They don't understand the importance, and that's what I wanted to discuss with you, of customer service and communication, and how to keep the buyer afloat and not guessing of what's going to happen next.
yeah.
you
I
know
mean, it's also there's the don't fix what's not broken. Be a
Ah,
human. Absolutely be a human. Like one of my clients I had closed 2 days ago wrote me a card, a thank you card. That felt better than all, like, a lot of the parts of these process. Like, that's that human touch where if you're dealing with a client and you're friends with them on Instagram, you're friends with them on Facebook, and just like I would do to my friend Ed, wish him a happy birthday. Wish them a happy birthday.
Yeah.
Let them know you're thinking about them. Like, always give that human touch where it's something that is falling apart. I see falling apart with emails, with AI and different stuff like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I know I utilize AI, I utilize marketing to consolidate all my efforts in my communications, like human communications. And trust me, like a lot of the times, like if I'm going to work with I'm going to, I work a lot with sellers, but I will adopt buyers, because unlike the other agent on the other side, once I sell that listing, I call the buyer, or I get the information from the buyer, and I give them a little bit of time after they close and want to see what's up. I invite myself and see how they decorated the new place and how they changed stuff from the old seller. And trust me, that opens up like such a great, like a new relationship. They're like, oh my God, what you guys did, and so on and so forth. And then you can always be there to, again, the new buyers. There is still a lot of unanswered questions. They're gonna need contractors. They're gonna need people to help them accomplish what they want to accomplish. They're gonna want tips on the neighborhood. They're gonna want to know what to do with the dogs, the kids, the this, the that, what's going on in the neighborhood. And also, it's like, to me, it's an easy going back to, I'm selling to the seller. They could be moving out to another. They're moving out to another state. We stay in touch with. They're moving out to another country. We stay in touch. But then the buyer is now somebody I know, and eventually I'm not expecting anything, but something will come out of it.
Yeah.
They'll refer me a cousin, they'll sell themselves later, they'll purchase something, we'll get a referral in another state. So it's always amazing. And that's why I'm comfortable enough right now to, and it's gonna sound horrible, but where I don't even solicit that much my database. And this month I'm getting like three listings just from people I know.
That's
Just
phenomenal.
because it's Gigi, and
Yeah.
I'm
Just because it's Gigi.
no.
It's
But
you.
you know what? And it should be normal after all those years. And this is
Yeah.
what you want to put in place. And they know, like, they can call me anytime. For a lot of I give a lot of freebies, a lot. I give a lot of my advice. A lot of people
Yeah.
asking me if they should sell right now, depending on their situation and depending on what they want to do. I had a couple of sellers. I gave them some CMAs. I gave them other stuff with investments and stuff. And I say, you know what, in my book, I know the rates are too high, but why don't you take a HELOC and just take 100 grand, do what you got to do, and just keep that tenant that you have right now that's paying top of the market, that's not giving you any headache or anything. And then let's wait a couple of years, when the baby's older and stuff and you want to move elsewhere, then sell that investment property. I could have said, oh yeah, give me the listing. No, to me, I'm like, let me think if it was my kids, what I would want to tell them.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's important.
it goes back to what we were just saying prior. Values. You have the correct values when it comes to real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
I think people feel that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
Go
agree.
ahead, Nick. Sorry.
There are a lot of people who would have I'm sorry. There are a lot of people that would have just taken the listing. They see the dollar signs.
No, but then they're my friends, and why would I want to do that to them? Why would I want to give them the headache or not getting necessarily not the correct time with what they want to do? They would get the cash, sure. Yeah, cash is always good, but right now you're having like two little babies. Let the thing, like you're having a nice income. Let do
it
what
make
you
it.
need to do. Like don't
Don't rock the boat.
Don't rock the boat. Don't go with the extra stress of trying to sell something in a shaky market. Like you got two babies. Like let's deal with one thing at a time. Fine. Let's talk about it in a couple of years. End the story.
It's true.
And maybe I would be wrong, but no, as a parent, I'm like, no, like right now the priorities are your two children. The two babies are like
Yeah.
one is just about that was just born, the other one is like a year and a half. So come on. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's not
Yeah.
okay. Let's deal with our life priorities before we deal with real estate.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what's good about it is because they also become your biggest cheerleaders down the road.
Yeah.
You know, because of the fact that they sense that you're not thinking with your wallets, you're thinking with your heart and your mind. They're gonna go ahead and say, yeah, this is somebody I would refer to a friend or family member because they're gonna give you the best opportunities, right? I tend to tell everybody that I meet with that, hey, look, I'm gonna sit down and we're gonna discuss different opportunities, right? There's
Right.
different avenues. If it makes sense, great. You know, if it doesn't make sense, no big deal. You know, we'll keep moving forward, or hey, we'll be friends, or we'll move on to what you
Yeah.
originally wanted to do. You know, but when you go in that route, in my opinion, I feel that they feel it. There's no more commission breath coming out of your mouth. It's more of no, like Nick said from the beginning, right? If I help you accomplish your goal, your dream, find the right home, get it for the right price, then I win. Because if I help you win, I automatically get paid, right? So that's the entire concept, and which is why I like what Nick said in the beginning too, is you're the face of the company. So forget everything else that's going on. Even if they said they had a bad experience with somebody that was with your company, you got to always bring up, did you
You
ever deal with me?
Yeah.
Like, we've never met before. I run my own business. I do business this way.
Hmm.
That I'm not that person. So have you ever worked with me? And I feel
right.
that when you stand on that and when you're standing on your values, at that point, no one's going to question you on anything you deliver because you're coming with that, you know? But
Anyways, so you know, guys, it's been 40 minutes. We've had
it
it.
was
We're
a
at
good
this.
conversation.
I know, and I don't want to keep it too long. I know it's Friday.
No,
It's
no, it's
gonna be.
fine.
I hope it's not gonna rain this weekend. What am I? Let's see.
No,
What?
no, it's not going to rain. It's not going to rain. It's going to
Good,
be a little
because
cooler.
I have. You know, there is this Forest Hill Street Fair. We're having a booth
Oh,
every
the
year.
far the Forest Hill Street Fair is tomorrow, is it
Yes,
Sunday?
it's on Sunday. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And we got open houses.
I know, of course you do. And you know, so I know it's gonna be a great weekend. What are you doing, Nick? What are you doing this weekend?
So I actually have one of my friend's barbecues from the company here. He's having a barbecue for his birthday tomorrow.
Sweet.
And then Sunday I have a family party.
Good,
So
good. You know, Nick, I think you could in the comments on whatever social media platform. I think I requested your friendship on Instagram.
yep.
Put in your if you don't mind, if you don't
Hey,
share
you know
it,
what?
I will share your information. So if
You want me to do
anybody,
it?
yeah, if anybody has a question, any real estate agents out there are looking for a nice vendor partner as well, they would want, because I know everybody's always on the lookout for somebody they can work with. Let's share our information. You guys out there know where to find us. You know, it's Gigi, you know where to find us.
The Gige.
It's
The
the
Gige.
Gigi. It's NYC Homes with Ed. Okay, and Nicholas
So I
Howard.
just put it in the
Thank you
comments. It's
thank
coming
you
up
so
all
much.
platforms. So
Yeah,
we just shared your contact information. So definitely, folks, if you have any questions related to mortgages, reach out to Nick, give him a call, pick his brain. He's a family man, so he's gonna come at you with family opportunities. And if it makes sense for you, then of course,
Yeah.
let's make it happen.
thank you
Yep.
so much, Nick. Thank you so
Guys,
much
it was a pleasure.
for your feedback and for that great energy. And I hope some people saw the value into working this database and creating some great partnerships with the right vendors. All right. With this, that's all I have
Synergy.
to say. That's all I have to say.
And remember, synergy.
Ed disappeared again.
Gigi, thank you so
Anyway,
much.
thank you so much. All right. I hope to. Oh, here, Ed is coming back. Here you go.
So,
What happened? I
uh,
was. That,
somebody picked up the phone. Remember 59? I have what is it? Router. Somebody picked up phone. My line didn't come.
Oh, right. That's what it
Your
is.
dial-up is acting up again.
There you go, dial up.
All right,
Jeez.
guys. Thank you so much. Until next time. And Nick, I hope to see you soon. And if you want me on one of your podcasts or anything, I'm game too.
All right.
Yo, Gigi's a trip, man. You definitely got to get her on the podcast.
For sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
All right,
guys.
guys. Have a good weekend.
Have a
Thanks for
good
tuning
one.
in.
Thanks.
Peace out.